trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We begin with developing news today. It is what everybody is talking about, the capture of an Alabama murder suspect and a corrections officer on the run for 11 days after escaping from jail. They were caught following a chase and a crash, and that officer dead from what officials say was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
It took 11 days and ended 219 miles away from that Alabama jailhouse, but the urgent nationwide manhunt is now over.
We got a dangerous man off the street today. He is never going to see the light of day again.
Before they were taken into custody, corrections officer Vicky White and suspected murderer Casey White leading U.S. Marshals on a high-speed chase in Evansville, Indiana that ended in a crash.
Clear on his crash out, still inside the vehicle. We could hear her on the line saying she had her finger on the trigger.
Officials say Vicky White shot herself and died from her injuries. Casey White arrested.
Upon his surrender, he said, "Help my wife. She just shot herself."
Authorities say there is no evidence the pair was married. Police got a tip from someone who spotted the pair at a hotel. Authorities quickly responding.
Our investigators arrived, started working the investigation in that area. We were able to put the pieces together and identify this Cadillac that they were in yesterday afternoon.
Investigators were already looking into a tip that the two may have been in this pickup spotted at this Evansville car wash on or around May 3rd. Days before, on April 29th, authorities say Vicky, a 17-year veteran with the Lauderdale Sheriff's Department, helped Casey escape.
This was definitely a well thought out escape, and obviously her pre-planning and her involvement aided in their evasion for 11 days.
The state of Alabama had filed criminal charges against Vicky for allegedly helping Casey and for purchasing that Ford under a fake name.
She has been an exemplary employee. And what in the world provoked her or prompted her to pull a stunt like this, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know.
Casey White has been interviewed extensively by investigators who say that he is talking and cooperating. He'll then be taken back to Lauderdale County, Alabama, where this all began. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And now to news new at noon today. A big announcement about Tom Brady and his plans for after playing football. Fox Sports announcing this morning that when the former Patriots QB retires, he will be an NFL analyst for the network. Fox says the 7-time Super Bowl champ will call games with Kevin Burkhardt and also act as an ambassador for the company. Brady announced his retirement from the game in the Tampa Bay Bucs in January, but has since unretired and will still be on the field this season. And now to the weather as we take a live look outside with our sky cam over Providence. Another sunny day on our hands out there, but still that wind. Chelsea, it is so gusty out there once again today.
I know it's been so persistent the last few days, and that's continuing outside again today as a storm system sits just offshore. In fact, along the coastline, you're getting a few clouds passing through. Here in Providence, we're nice and bright, though. Temperatures in the low 60s, a few degrees warmer than this time yesterday, but still running cooler than average, and those wind gusts aren't helping. Coming in out of the north-northeast right now, a 24-mile-per-hour sustained wind. That's keeping eastern Mass so much cooler. You figure water temperatures this time of year still only in the upper 40s to about 50 degrees. So you get that gusty wind coming in off the water, and that keeps eastern Mass out towards the Cape only in the low 50s right now. The farther west you go, you see those temperatures climbing. 60s in the Providence area, 60 in Smithfield, 64 in Westerly, 67 all the way west in Hartford. So again, bigger improvements the farther west you go, certainly much warmer. All of us, though, dealing with those gusty winds out of the northeast, coming in anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour right now. It's going to stay pretty breezy through the remainder of the afternoon. Again, all as that storm system sits just offshore, wedged with the high pressure to our north. You're seeing some clouds over the Cape and some showers for Nantucket, for Martha's Vineyard. You can zoom in over that area and you can see some heavy downpours just to the south of the vineyard right now. That loop of rain shows you that it's going to mainly stay to our south, and a lot of us, especially inland, are staying mainly sunny for the remainder of the afternoon with clear, cool, breezy conditions expected once again tonight. A big warm up in the forecast, much more in just a few minutes. Story.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. The owners of Uptucket Lounge are turning to the state to appeal its liquor license suspension after a man was shot and killed there earlier this year. ABC6 News reporter Dominique Turner is live in the newsroom with these new details. Dom?
Today was day one of the Department of Business Regulations two-day hearing. Now the fate of Fab City Cigar Lounge's liquor license in the hands of the state. The Cigar Lounge was at the center of a deadly shooting back in January where 37-year-old Quatus Cafo was killed and 37-year-old Bruno Vaz was injured. Back in February, the city voted 7-1 to revoke the license of Fab City Cigar Lounge, and now the lounge is appealing that suspension with a hearing starting on Tuesday. Testimony explaining the shooting happened after an altercation inside of the club before it moved outside. Witnesses giving their account as to what happened.
Because the issue was basically, did something happen inside that spilled that outside when Bruno and Mr. Kafka was shot?
That made you concerned that there could potentially be some type of fight?
The body language.
What did you see?
Them coming towards each other several times. It wasn't normal body language when you're just hanging out at the bar. They was gonna fight or something.
The night ending in gunfire and the death of a 37-year-old man. 2 days after the shooting, Pawtucket police arresting 29-year-old Traquan Baker, pictured on your screen. He's from Providence and he faces several charges, including murder in the first degree. The hearing will take place over the next 2 days before a final decision on the lounge's license is made. We'll keep you updated as to how this develops both on air and online at ABC6.com. For now, live in the newsroom, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC6 News.
All right, Tom, thank you. Police in Dartmouth are still searching for a missing man today. 55-year-old Tony Medeiros was last seen yesterday morning on Beverly Street. Medeiros is 5'10" with an average build and a goatee. He was last seen wearing a black jacket with a light blue t-shirt underneath, black sweatpants and brown boots. If you've seen him, you're asked to call Dartmouth Police. And a dangerousness hearing is scheduled today for a man arrested as part of a new rape kit initiative in Bristol County, Mass. 47-year-old Scott Trudeau indicted on charges of aggravated rape and assault and battery in connection with a 2010 rape in New Bedford. The DA's office is celebrating the case as the first indictment secured using this untested rape kit initiative. District Attorney Thomas Quinn's office says the rape kit was not fully tested back in 2010.
It's unacceptable that these sexual assault kits are not fully tested. Victims are submitting themselves to a very personal and degrading process to hopefully obtain evidence for a crime.
Well, the statute of limitations on this rape case would have expired in 2025. There are now more than 1,000 rape kits that were not fully tested in Bristol County that are in the queue under the DA's new program. The North Kingstown School Committee will discuss the status of multiple investigations into alleged misconduct by employees tonight. Last week, Interim Superintendent Michael Waterman announced 3 district employees were placed on leave after additional allegations of misconduct. The school department was already conducting an extensive investigation into claims that former high school basketball coach Aaron Thomas conducted naked fat checks on athletes. Thomas denies that. The school committee's regular meeting starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And on Smith Hill, the House Committee on Elections will hear the Let RI Vote Act. That would allow mail-in voting without an excuse. The mail voting became popular during the pandemic, but this would make it a more permanent fixture in the Ocean State. Sponsors are also pitching the bill as a way to clean up the voter rolls, create an online ballot application system, and start a voter information hotline. And on the Senate side, the Committee on Veterans Affairs will hear a bill to create a new criminal offense in Rhode Island, stolen valor. If the act passes, any person who falsely and knowingly represents him or herself as an active or former member of the military will be charged with a crime if it's for the purpose of making money, gaining property, or other benefits. Anyone who violates the statute would get a $1,000 fine or up to a year in prison. And the potential for a new unified Pawtucket High School is also up for discussion at the State House. The Senate Committee on Municipal Government will consider a bill to authorize a financing agreement with the city of Pawtucket. That would allow the city to finance the new high school with up to nearly $54 million in bonds. The state can get lower interest rates if the project is paid for this way. That proposal for a unified high school is not a done deal. Studies continue at the old McCoy Stadium site. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, the president addressing inflation today, talking about how he's planning to cut prices for consumers. And later, we have another special dog today looking for a new home. That is today's pick of the litter. Now on to the record inflation in the U.S., driving up the cost of goods and services all across the country. President Biden today delivering remarks on his plan to lower costs for American families as prices hit an all-time high overnight. ABC's Ika Jachi has more on the president's plan.
President Biden outlining his plan to lower costs for middle-class families.
We're going to keep working to fight inflation and lower costs to all American families.
Gas prices at an all-time high, now $4.37 a gallon nationwide, and diesel hitting new heights too, $5.50 a gallon according to AAA. Inflation also reflected in the stock market, down almost 17% this year, and families all across the country experiencing sticker shock at the grocery store. The USDA predicting food prices will increase between 5 and 6% this year.
The grocery stores are just getting to be so outrageous.
President Biden previously announced an effort to lower energy costs by releasing 1 million barrels of oil per day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, now extending that for the next 6 months. He's also calling on Congress to pass clean energy and vehicle tax credits, as well as advancing the strongest ever fuel economy standards for cars and trucks. To help ease the cost of living for consumers, Biden is asking lawmakers to lower the price of prescription drugs, as well as the costs of childcare. Biden is also calling for a billionaire's minimum income tax, making the wealthiest Americans and corporations pay what the administration says is their fair share. A stark contrast to Republican Senator Rick Scott's plan, which Democrats say will raise taxes on 75 million American families while discontinuing programs like Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid.
It's extreme, as most MAGA things are.
The Biden administration is also pointing to the recent jobs report as an indication of positive signs. 428,000 new jobs were created just last month, and more than 400,000 jobs have been generated for 12 straight months. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up, what do you get when you combine Dolly Parton, Doja Cat, TikTok, and Taco Bell? We'll tell you that answer coming up a little bit later. And we're going to check back in with Chelsea, too. She's got more on this wind and cooler temperatures when they move out and bring in some warmer days. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, another day very similar to what we experienced yesterday. Most of us seeing sunshine, although the farther south you go, there are some clouds impacting the area. And that's because that storm system that's still leaving us with gusty winds is still sitting just offshore. In fact, some of our islands getting clipped by some showers from that storm system. But again, most of us are staying mainly sunny outside, especially the farther inland you go. All of us seeing gusty winds. Winds sustained right now, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Coming in from the northeast, we're looking at those gusts coming in 25 to 35 miles per hour. So here's another day with very gusty winds. That low system offshore, high pressure farther inland, just kind of fighting against each other and leaving us with these incredibly gusty winds. Continuing for the day today, it'll stay breezy overnight. Tomorrow looks breezy as well. With that specific wind direction from the northeast, we're keeping eastern Mass much colder, only in the low 50s right now. 50 for Falmouth, 54 in the New Bedford area, 57 in Newport. As you inch a little bit farther to the west, you start to see those temperatures coming up because you're not directly impacted by the wind coming in right off the water. 62 in the Providence area, 64 in Westerly right now, 60 in Smithfield, 60 up in Worcester, and then mid to upper 60s for western Mass and into central and western Connecticut. Now, typically this time of year, average high is about 67 degrees. Instead, today we're certainly running cooler than average. It's a few degrees warmer across Rhode Island compared to where we were yesterday at this time. Very similar to yesterday at this time through southeastern Mass. But again, those winds are staying with us out of the northeast. We have incredibly dry weather still in place for most of the area today. Those gusty winds in place as well. Not great for our pollen counts. It's tree pollen this time of year. Those pollen counts remain very high through the coming days. There may be a few little spotty showers around tomorrow. It's not a good soaking rain to kind of level things out. And on top of the very high pollen counts, fire risk is elevated today as well. With the gusty winds and dry conditions, things would spread very quickly. So keep that in mind. Now, as I mentioned, Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard getting clipped by some shower activity early this morning and into the lunchtime hour. Some clouds in place as well, but it really does cut off and stays to the south of us. Some clouds passing through for our coastal locations. If you're looking south or southeast, you can see some clouds in the distance, but the farther inland you go, we're seeing sunshine. And besides some passing clouds for our inland spots, we're going to stay mainly sunny for the remainder of the afternoon. That low system is pretty large and it's continuing to kind of just spin just off the Atlantic seaboard, continuing to wrap in some clouds at times, leave us with the gusty winds as we head through the evening hours. We partly clear overnight and into tomorrow morning. As I mentioned, tomorrow there may be a few spotty little sprinkles around. I don't think it's a washout day. I think you see a few more clouds around. And again, it's not a soaking rain by any means. Really going to focus in on the coastal locations once again tomorrow. And then finally, as we head into Thursday, that low system starts to pull a little bit farther south of us. Any clouds from Wednesday thin out. We get brighter into Thursday and warmer into Thursday. We lose the gusty wind from the northeast and high temperatures will come up into the 70s. So it's really just today and tomorrow that we have these temperatures in the low 60s range, slightly cooler than our average high of 67 degrees. Tonight's breezy, cool again, temperatures in the mid 40s, factor in the wind, likely feeling more like the 30s in many spots. And then tomorrow, blend of sun and clouds, temps still in that low 60s range. We do have those few coastal showers expected, but again, very isolated, really just some light shower activity. Most of the area seeing mixed sun clouds tomorrow. Then Thursday and Friday look much better. Temperatures in the mid 70s, overnight lows in the 50s, about 80 degrees on Saturday with increasing clouds. Remember, this time of year, it's certainly going to be cooler at the beaches, but certainly mild for our inland spots with some rain developing later in the weekend into the start of next week. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Pick of the litter is next at noon today. Meet this little one, Ruby Rose, a 6-year-old Yorkie mix, sweet but shy and looking for a new best friend.
Pick of the Litter. Brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That means it's time for Pick of the Litter. And you guys have a small dog with us today. We don't normally have many small dogs, but this is Ruby Rose, and she's a little small girl.
She is. She's a terrier mix of some kind. This is like going to the car dealership and looking for a used car, and they say, we just got something in.
Right.
Well, we just got Ruby Rose in.
Okay.
She was owned by a woman who just had a baby, and she felt that it was going to be too much to have a young, energetic dog and a baby. Ruby's 6 years old.
Okay.
She's a terrier mix. She seems to be good with just about everyone, but forewarned, she's not good at the vet and she's not good with the groomer.
Okay.
So she's a handful when she needs to be groomed.
Right, she needs a little bath right now, but
we're going to clean her up and she'll go quickly, but she's got a nice disposition. We are a little concerned with really young kids, so we would say any family with children 8 or up.
Okay.
Just because we want there to be a little bit of a size difference, because those terriers tend to follow people around.
Sure.
But she's a nice one, and we think she's going to go quickly. So she just came in. She'll be available at the RISPCA, and if anyone's interested, we'd love to hear from them.
Okay, we think Ruby's going to get scooped up very quickly, and all she needs is a good little bath, and she'll be ready to go.
She will be.
All right. If you are interested in Ruby Rose here, you can contact the RSPCA. It's 401-438-8150. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Still to come, details on Dolly's delicious new musical right after this. And Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast. Stay with us. Right.
Because you work for CBS.
All right, finally this afternoon, that Dolly Parton, she does not stop. She is now teaming up with Taco Bell for a new musical about the chain's Mexican pizza. Yep, that's right, a musical about Mexican pizza. She's going to be working with rapper Doja Cat and several TikTok stars for the project. That fan favorite menu item, it is returning May 19th with that musical to boot. It's called Mexican Pizza the Musical, and it'll debut on TikTok May 26th.
Okay, the TikTok stars that she's working with did a Bridgerton musical and ended up winning a Grammy for it.
Wow.
They put songs together based on Bridgerton. So I have high hopes for this.
I can't wait to
Dolly
see this.
Parton and these girls that did amazing.
Well, you know, I picked the Dolly story just for you, Chelsea. Our last noon before you head off to get married. You'll be here in the morning.
Yes.
But our last noon show together before you get
Next time
married.
you'll see me at noon. I'll be a married lady.
A wife.
Yes. exciting stuff. We are looking at jumping to the weather. Breezy, cool conditions outside today, mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday, we start to warm up. We'll be at about 80 degrees on Saturday, inland cooler at the coastline with some rain moving in by the weekend and into next week.
All right, I know our noon viewers want to wish you well, but again, tune into Good Morning Providence.
I'll be here
tomorrow
tomorrow.
before she leaves. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day.